Hello, everybody. Welcome to my new SMB Sunday market breakdown. Okay, so as usually, we start with the DXY, and yeah, let's go. So we are on a monthly chart, and what we can see is we have this monthly very big selling pressure. A lot of selling orders came in and started to kick this very impulsive move. So what we can see already now is we had this monthly bearish candle close, the false break of that zone, and now at this monthly bullish candle close, it's not closed yet. In 4 days it will be, but we have still some time to close back below this region. So then I went on the weekly chart, and what I saw on the weekly chart, a very nice indication is we are at these weekly highs. We closed above with one candle, and then the next candle came immediately below, and that was a bearish one. So this can be a false break for more downside momentum. And yeah, that bearish candle close is just a nice indication that we can have a very nice downside push. So what I can see is also we are still in a bullish uptrend. These are our lows, these are the highs. So what we can see is same highs, so we can expect same lows under that horizontal black line, and then we can maybe go further to the downside. So yeah, that's what I can see right now with the indications we have. If I look now on the daily chart, then you can see we have still that bullish M for holding that price up with an ascending trend line here. So for more upside momentum, but I think we can have that corrective nature counter to the trend, and I'm closing at this zone, but we will see what will happen. So yeah, and on the 4-hour, it's just a little bit the same, very correctively nature in this descending channel here, holding the price down. So yeah, so my first pair is for this week EURGBP. So I will go to the monthly chart, and you can see we came from a very big buying zone here. Every time we tapped this buying zone, we went to the upside, buying zone went to the upside, buying zone went to the upside. What we can already saw for a nice indication was we had that very big impulse to the downside and a corrective nature with the trend. So we are now breaking out of the descending channel. So that's very nice to see. That's also an indication. And if we go on the weekly, then you can see we have that weekly bullish candle close. We are making higher highs, higher lows, higher high, higher high, higher low. So higher high, higher low, higher low, higher high. So yeah, that's what we can see. And now on the weekly, we have that bullish candle close. So I can look on the daily if we have a pattern. And on the daily, we had that bullish M here, like this, or this smaller bullish M here, like this here. And we have also a smaller one. This is the smaller one, like this, the smaller bullish M for more upside momentum. What we can see already is we have here that clear supply and demand zone acting as resistance, resistance, support, support. So clear supply and demand zone at the 61.80, you have that bullish candle close on a daily, very nice indication. We have that daily ascending trend line holding the price up. The first touch, second touch, and the third touch for more upside momentum. So that's nice. And if we go on the 4-hour now, you can see we have a descending ascending trend line here. And then on the 4-hour, we have that possible reversal pattern in the form of a shoulder 1, head, shoulder 2, entry on the head and shoulders, on the 4-hour head and shoulders. Then my take profit will be at the beginning of correction here. So why I will take beginning of correction? Because we have a decent profit level there. And if I take my Fibonacci, so this is my major bullish M from the low here to the high. My daily TP is very high. So I will have then an 8% trade, but I will have here my take profits because there came the sellers in. So if I took my Fibonacci from here, the low here to the high, you can see the 61.80 minus 60.80. Minus 60.80 is aligning there. So that's a nice indication for me. Okay, the sellers can respect that zone. So That's nice. That's why I wanted to show you this, that this is nice aligning from the daily minus 60.80. And yeah, I will take my entry here and then 5.2% to my beginning of correction, and then my 4 hours TP will be around this zone 2.3%. So yeah, then the second trade will be Euro AUD. If I go on the monthly chart, you can see we had that monthly minus 60.80 fib completion. If I drew my horizontal black line here, you can see that we have here some clear support, resistance, support, very nice tap, support with big impulse from there. So yeah, and here we have it two big impulse from there. So that's nice. And we had that monthly minus 60.80 dip completion here, aligning from here the high till the low, minus 60.80 here. So that's nice. So if you look on the weekly now, then you can see we have that weekly bullish candle close. We are already making higher highs and higher lows, because we already made here kind of shoulder one, head, shoulder two here, and then we can make here the bullish M for further upside momentum. So yeah, then we go to the daily, because we have on the weekly that bullish candle close, so we can look for a pattern on the daily, and we can see we have here a possible bullish M, this bullish M here for more upside momentum. And I drew my Fibonacci from the low till the high, and we have here a kind of nice resistance, resistance, resistance that can now act as support with a rejection candle that is rejecting from that zone. So that's an indication that can hold the price up at our zone of interest. And if we look on the 4 hour now, you can see that we have here a kind of possible third touch here. Yeah, it's kind of first touch here, second touch, third touch for more upside momentum. What I want to see right now is, because we touched our daily zone of interest, that we can have here maybe deceleration in the form of 1 to the third candle, and then I can set my limit on this region here for more upside momentum. So the longs that can be taken from there to the daily TP round number to the downside, and then for around 4%, yeah, it's for around that. But if we have a pattern here, or we go to the downside, which will increase my take profit, so like this, an inverse line shoulder, shoulder one, head, shoulder two, then we can go nicely to the upside. So that's what I can see. So we need to have some patience on Euro AUD right there. And the next pair is GBPNZD. So on the monthly chart, what we can see is that we were also again at a monthly buying zone here. So as you can see, like this here, as you can see, we had here some clear support in 2012, a lot of years back, support, support, resistance, support, support, then here an institutional candle holding as support, then support again, support, support, very nice big monthly supply and demand, so holding the price up. So what we can see then on the weekly chart, we can see we have here respected that weekly lows here, so with a nice deceleration and an impulse to the upside. So what we can see right now is that we made here the false break of this lows here, false break with a bullish candle to the upside, and then we had that bullish candle close at this weekly high. For me, this is not a problem, because we have a weekly bullish candle close, so I can look on the daily for that pattern. And what we can see already is we made that shoulder one, head, shoulder two here, and then we can make here the possible bullish M with a nice supply and demand zone aligning with that. We have here clear resistance, support, almost support, support, resistance, support, resistance, support. This is for me a clear supply and demand zone, and it's aligning with the 78.60 zone. There we have that ascending trend line, so we can maybe tap a little bit further to the downside, and then we can go to the upside. So, but the only thing we need to be careful for is this touch of the same high, so we can expect the same lows also, but we have that pattern within a pattern, so I can look maybe here already for a pattern. So on the 4-hour, you can see that I want to see here some deceleration in the form of 1, 2, 3. Then the fourth candle, I can take my limit. Then from here, the long like this to the daily TP. Then the round number like this. And then for around 4% for deceleration. And if we don't receive that, I want to see a pattern. Maybe we can have that false break like this. Then we can have a shoulder 1, head, shoulder 2 for more upside momentum. So yeah, we need to have here also some patience for on this trade. So the next one is GBPAUD, also a GBP pair. So it's looking also the same. We came from here, monthly buying zone here. As you can see, we have here clear support. We have here a false break, resistance, support, institutional candle sitting here, resistance, support, 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 support. Buying orders are coming in from that zone and acting very nicely on support. So we have here already some deceleration that we can see. If I look now to the weekly chart, then you can see we have here a weekly bullish candle close at this weekly highs, no problem for me. I will look for a pattern on a daily. So yeah, if I look on the daily, then you can see we have a pattern. We have that bullish M here. So the first leg, second leg, third leg, fourth leg, possible fifth leg to the upside. So yeah, what I can see also on the daily is we have that clear supply dimension acting as resistance here, support, support, resistance, support, support. We just didn't tap the daily zone of interest. I like to see a tap of that zone, but if we make a pattern, I will look to take that trade. So if we make here kind of reversal pattern, we have here the break, then like this, then a shoulder 1, head, shoulder 2. I will look to take this trade because we have here also kind of ascending trend line here, holding the price up here. So yeah, we will see what will happen there, what will happen. So we need to have some patience on the GBP pairs. So yeah, then the next one is CADJPY. So if I look on the monthly chart, we have a very big impulse on the monthly. We are at this monthly big selling zone. Okay, that's no problem. We are at that monthly zone. We can reverse, but if I look to the weekly, we have that still that bullish M that can play out here like this, that bullish M for more upside momentum, and we reverse from that 61.80 here as resistance and then as support. So we have now that weekly bullish candle close, very nice. And then I look to the daily, and what I can see on the daily is we can have that possible shoulder 1, head, shoulder 2 here. So that's nice. And the only thing is that shoulder 1 isn't at our 61.80. It's much higher. So it's more risky. So if I look then on the 4-hour, I can see we made a pattern. So yeah, we touched the 61.80. We made some diesel here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we can have that bullish M under the previous lower highs. So what I want to see is I can see from that bullish M that I want to see the price to come back till this institutional candle higher low here, the entry stop loss below our zone, so with a lot of space, and then I can target my 4-hour TP, which is aligning with this lower high here, as you can see, the minus 27. So that's nice to see for around 2.8%, and then I can target the 1.6.8 like this for around almost 6% on to the daily TP. So yeah, and then another trade is AUDJPY. If I look on the monthly chart, you can see that we have here multiple bullish candle closes. You can see the price is having some difficulty here and making some deceleration here, but that doesn't mean we can't go to the upside. So I look to the weekly and I saw the weekly bullish candle close. So that's nice indication. We can make still that shoulder 1 head shoulder 2, that's possible. So we can have that fib completion. So we can have a possible bearish W of the weekly and then that zone of interest here for more upside momentum. But yeah, I will see what will happen because the weekly gave us an indication of a weekly bullish candle close. So I can look to the daily. And what I saw here is, which is trickier, we have that shoulder 1, head shoulder 2 for more downside momentum. But I can also see that smaller bullish M here, that smaller bullish M for more upside momentum. We have that bullish candle close as a false break of this higher low. I took my daily horizontal line on this wick and we had much space. So this can be a false break of a bullish M and the indication daily bullish candle is there and then a pattern is possible. So what I can see right now is we can have that shoulder 1, head shoulder 2 here, and then with a bullish M, so a pattern within a pattern, which increases our trade because we never broke that lower high here. This was just not the break of that zone here. As you can see, it's the same highs. So I can see this as a pattern within a pattern. So I will look to take a trade at this institutional candle shoulder 1 and the stop loss below are 100 fib and then to the 4-hour TP of 2.3% and the daily TP is at like this around 5.3%. So yeah, then the last trade of this week I want to take is US oil. So if I go on the monthly, you can see on the monthly chart that we are at this monthly selling zone from 2011. So we had already here some big rejection week of that zone. We can form a deceleration as we close very bearish on the monthly, and I think we will close like this because it was a very big impulsive move to the upside and the price can't go up forever. So if I go to the weekly, then you can see that we had that weekly previous bearish candle close, and this week we have also a weekly bearish close. So then I went till the daily chart and I saw a bearish W in the form of this first leg, second leg, third leg, fourth leg, and then a fifth leg to the daily TP minus 27 possible. What I can also see is that we have here clear supply demand zone, which is very nice. So this is as clear support, resistance, support, resistance, resistance, resistance here, false break of that zone, support, support, and here possible resistance. So that's very nice to have that daily supply and demand zone aligning there, which is more likely to hold if you have a strong supply and demand zone. So what we can see already on the 4-hour is we tapped our 78.16, not our daily supply and demand zone, but you can draw it much higher, a little bit wider. As you can see, we can do it like this. So it's nicely aligning, so no problem. And what we can see is we had here that first candle, second candle. So what I want to see is a decel trade. So if I take my zone here, my box, the deceleration box like this, then we can have that first candle, second candle, a third candle. I will take my limits, then a short for more downside momentum. So like this, you can do it like that. A short to the daily TP, like this here, 50.99.5, and then for around, yeah, my take profit will be not the best, as you can see, 4.1. So I think I will want to see here some more bullish momentum, and then here some decel. And then we have a more better RR to our daily TP, and then we can make here a pattern or something like that, bearish W or head and shoulders here for more downside momentum. So yeah, we will see what will happen there. So yeah, this was my SMB for this upcoming week. I hope you have a great week and yeah, trade carefully. So yeah, bye.